I wanted to add this quick short as an addendum to my latest video, Staged Racism, Trading Places, the Empire State, and the Inglorious Bastards. In the previous video, I focused on the movie Trading Places and the symbolism behind the $1 bet. Now we will explore this topic a little deeper, because as the old saying goes, it's all about the dollar. Aaron Russo was the director of the movie Trading Places. Russo was a businessman, a film producer, director, and political activist who died on August 24th, 2007, after a 6-year bout with cancer. Before his death, he produced a documentary called America, Freedom to Fascism, in which he explored the fraud being perpetrated on the American public through the creation of the income tax in 1913.
The year was 1913. Woodrow Wilson was president, and powerful banking interests, who had been trying for years, finally achieved their long-term goal of a silent coup d'etat by taking control of the American government. The first thing they did to accomplish their takeover was convince Secretary of State Philander Knox to lie to the American people and tell them that the 16th Amendment, the Income Tax Amendment, had been legally ratified by the states when it was not. The bankers knew that this tax would ultimately end up in their pockets. Because of this fraud, the American people were led to believe there was now a tax on their labor.
Russo also exposed the fraudulent scheme behind the creation of the central bank.
Same year, the bankers committed their second and by far the most diabolical fraud ever perpetrated on the American people by bribing senators to pass the Federal Reserve Act without the required constitutional amendment.
All in favor, say aye.
They did this during Christmas vacation, when many senators were home celebrating their holidays with their families. And that's how the unconstitutional Federal Reserve Act came into being. They were very clever, and they understood that whoever issued the money for America would control the government.
Aaron Russo was an insider, part of the Hollywood elite, who chose to expose what he knew about the corrupt ruling class, the oligarchs who control this country. I believe one of his most stark revelations was the hidden prediction of the attack on the Twin Towers on 9/11, forever preserved in history through the cinematic classic Trading Places. In the movie Trading Places, there's a scene where Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd are heading to the World Trade Center from the train station. You will notice that they take stairway number 9 to track number 9. Once they arrive at the World Trade Center, there's a shot of the Twin Towers, and then the camera pans to show them arriving in a cab that is numbered 110. This gives us 9/11. It should also be noted that the Twin Towers were 110 stories tall. But wait, it gets deeper. In this clip, you can see a representation of the number 2996, the same amount of people killed in the September 11th attacks. Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd are the two people in the shot. Then stairway number 9, track number 9, along with the reflection on the escalator, which makes a 6, giving us 2996. The movie Trading Places also had a second theme concerning insider trading and corporate fraud.
Security, the crop estimates for next year's orange crop are being delivered from Miami to the Department of Agriculture in Washington, D.C. In charge of security is Mr. Clarence Beeks, head of Lyndhurst Security.
Clarence Beeks! The Duke just gave that guy 10 grand.
That was for research.
Yeah, researching how he can get his hands on that top secret crop report 2 days before it goes public.
We want you to buy as much OJ as you can, the instant trading starts.
Don't worry if the price starts going up, just keep buying.
Insider trading is also connected to the events of 9/11. Financial transactions in the days before the attack suggest that certain individuals used foreknowledge of the attack to reap huge profits. Some of the evidence of insider trading includes huge surges in purchases of put options on stocks of the two airlines used in the attack, United Airlines and American Airlines. Surges in purchases of put options on stocks of reinsurance companies expected to pay out billions to cover losses from the attack. There were also surges in purchases of put options on stocks of financial services companies hurt by the attack, like Merrill Lynch, Morgan Stanley, and Bank of America. American Airlines and United Airlines and several insurance companies and banks posted huge losses in stock values when the markets opened on September 17th. Put options, which are financial instruments which allow investors to profit from the decline in value of stocks, were purchased on the stocks of these companies in great volume the week before the attack. Prior to the attack, put options on the airlines surged to a phenomenal high of 285 times their average. It is important to mention that not only did the Twin Towers fall that day, but so did Building Number 7. When we discover what Building 7 held, it becomes apparent why it was brought down, purposefully by controlled demolition. Building 7 housed field offices of the IRS, which contained prodigious amounts of corporate tax fraud, the SEC, or Securities and Exchange Commission, which also had stock fraud records, the FBI, CIA, and NSA, among others, all which contained tons of information on corporate fraud. Aaron Russo, a member of the Hollywood elite, chose to expose the fraudulent tax system as well as the creation of the central bank and warn the American people about the fascism that had taken over this country.
I think what I'm trying to do is obviously wake America up. That's why I use that title, because that to me is the truth. It's the honest title. A lot of people say don't say fascism because it's going to scare people, but the truth is that it is fascism what's happening in America. Only people don't know what fascism really means. Fascism is actually the synergistic effort of big government and big corporations working together to stifle the people. And that's what we have in America today. I mean, if you asked Mussolini what fascism was, he would say it's really corporatism.
He left a warning of 9/11 and the insider trading scheme that would occur 18 years before it actually happened. This shows how much time and planning went into orchestrating this event. Moreover, it shows how cutthroat, ruthless, sinister, and evil these people really are. If they could plan an event like 9/11, which killed 2,996 people in one day, then it should not be surprising that they also are ruthless enough to plan the epidemic of mass shooting events this country continues to suffer from
And we begin with that
almost on a
breaking news
daily
from California.
basis.
The active shooter emergency at YouTube headquarters.
And we do now have new information on that horrifying shooting at a hospital here in New York City.
This is breaking news this hour out of San Francisco. And for the latest on that, where at least 4 people are dead after a shooting incident at a UPS.
Disgruntled with President Donald Trump
and the Republican Party opened fire on Republican lawmakers.
In addition to the 8 people wounded by gunfire, as many as 40 others needed medical attention.
Inside a California middle school, students under lockdown, a 12-year-old girl with a gun. At least 2 students.
The alarm is sounding, and it's time for the people to wake up. Amen. Shalom.